Welcome to another episode of the Science Lab. Today, Waki, Ari, Nicole, Gat and I will be discussing droughts, action strategies, and what to do when it happens. Are you ready? Let's go!
Drought is a period with abnormally dry weather that persists long enough to produce a serious hydrologic imbalance, causing crop damage and can eventually lead to water supply problems. In simple terms, this means a long dry spell that can be harmful to plants, animals, and even us humans. The severity of a drought depends on the degree of moisture deficiency, the duration, and the size of the affected area.
Here are some interesting facts about droughts. Fact number 1, just like quarantine, droughts can take place over long amounts of time. It can last for months, years, and even decades. Fact number 2, droughts have a higher chance of taking place in places with a hot climate. Places such as Ecuador, the Philippines, and Tunisia can have ruthless droughts that could damage the country's agriculture. And fact number 3, the word drought originated from an Old English word called drugath, which means dry.
An example of drought is the natural phenomenon called La Niña, which will affect our country in the coming year. La Niña is known to cause either extreme rainfall or intense dryness when it happens. This occurs every 2 to 7 years and usually follows its counterpart, El Niño. The difference between these two are the sea surface temperature that occurs when they happen. La Niña is cold, while El Niño is hot, which is why La Niña was formerly known as the anti-El Niño. Additionally, just last year, we experienced drought caused by El Niño, though weak. This still caused extra dryness to the country and gave a bit of trouble to our farmers.
Droughts have been connected to global warming for decades, even before we were born. That's because the more greenhouse gases are released, the more likely it is for the temperature to rise, making it warmer and the earth drier. And throughout the years, this has only been increasing. This is the consequence of our growing dependence on machinery, most of which produce the greenhouse gases.
Now that we've discussed what a drought is, here's an action preparedness plan. Drought is a tough phenomenon to beat. It is caused because of the lack of moisture in the soil and air, but can also be caused by overpopulation. I have a simple thing to beat this merciless problem. In the Pokemon games, ground types can be beaten by water, grass, and ice types. Water, grass, and ice have a similar reason to why they defeat ground types. The tree types produce moisture. Moisture from the water can give dirt the ability to be used for more tasks like planting. When moisture is applied, grass may grow and can make the land appealing to the eye and could supply enough food for herbivores such as cows and horses. During the winter, the air is cold, the sun is mostly blocked by clouds, and snow covers the land, which will melt and do the same effects as water.
Here are some tips on what to do before a drought. Don't waste water and stock on it. If you know you can reuse the water for something else, save it. Like how water used from washing clothes can be reused to flush the toilet. Also, make sure to check for leaks so that no water is wasted in your home. Buy bottled or mineral water so you don't have to filter faucet water for drinking. It's easier to have a separate reserve of water for drinking so that during the drought, drinking water will be something you don't have to worry much about. If you're scared that you might not get enough water to get through the day, stock up on water-rich fruits too, like watermelon, cantaloupes, and strawberries.
And here is the one thing you need to do during a drought. Shorten your use of water. Do you sing while running your shower? Or normally put your faucet on the strongest setting when you just need to wash your hands? During a drought, you have to put a pause on these habits because every drop of water counts. Limit how much water you use in a day. Instead of using a shower or filling a tub, go with the traditional tapo at timpa. Only wash the dishes at the end of the day. If you cook pancit canton, use the leftover water from cooking to water your plants if you have any.
Now, the biggest problem during a drought is the lack of water and the dryness of land. There's really no other advice except for save water, but for farmers whose livelihoods depend on the growth of their crops, there are many suggestions in the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, or UNCCD's drought plan for our country, which can be found here on this link.
And that's it, folks. Today we talked about the ever so frustrating drought. We hope you take these bits of knowledge and apply them in real life.
Keep these learnings in mind and put them to use.
We hope you use these tips to save yourselves from precarious situations during a drought. Thanks for watching. See you soon.